Hey everybody, just a quick and dirty channel update here. No green screen behind me, and just a quick little thing about what's going on with the channel here. I know there's a little bit of a gap because I did the Elder Sign video review, or at least I started the series on it, and then I quit halfway through. And you're probably wondering what happened. Well, unfortunately, I got that horrible little thing called laryngitis. And unfortunately, if you have laryngitis, recording and talking is pretty much a pretty good challenge. And then when the laryngitis went away, well, that's when my vacation started. So I spent 3 weeks away and spent a whole bunch of fun time in Florida. I have to say, Florida's a pretty interesting state. Never been there before. It was my first time there, and I got to see real rain for the first time in my life. I got to check out some board game video or board game stores while I was there, and I got to see Cool Stuff Inc. Have to say, a little bit overrated. Got to check out Dragon Lair Games over in Fort Lauderdale off of Sterling, and I have to say that's probably one place that was very underrated because I'd never heard of it, and I did the old Google for board game stores in Florida. It popped up when I drove in. I have to say that's probably the most impressive board game store I actually saw in Florida. Now, they don't know I'm mentioning them, but I just want to give them a shout out because that was pretty nice. I actually walked in the door, had people greeting me immediately, had some people playing some RPGs. I think somebody was playing GURPS, one person was playing, or one group was playing D&D. They had some people in the back room playing a different RPG. I have no idea what it was, but as soon as I walked in, they walked out from the private little game room, greeted me immediately, checked on me a couple times while I meandered throughout the store, which is probably the polar opposite from Cool Stuff Inc. Not to mention them, but I was actually quite shocked by how unimpressed I was. I walked inside Cool Stuff and saw it was a great place for people to get together and play board games, but their board game selection was really small. The staff seemed like they couldn't really be bothered to talk to anybody, so when I had to finally hunt down a staff member, pull him away from his computer, whatever he was doing on the computer, to finally ask him about a game, he told me he can have it for me in about 3 days, and kind of left it at that. So I have to say I was not really impressed with Cool Stuff Inc. But anyways, enjoyed Florida a lot, had a lot of fun, got to see some sunshine, got to see a whole bunch of rain, but more on point, the board game stuff. So Elder Sign, I will be finishing the series on Elder Sign, doing my full review and my actual tutorial for the game. That will be coming up pretty darn quick. Probably gonna start doing that next week. I have just returned, trying to get rid of all the old jet lag, get back into things. And that always takes a little bit of time when you get back from vacation because it's a big 4 hour time difference for me and got to get back in the swing of things here. But some pretty cool things. When I was down there, I stopped by a Books A Million and I saw they actually had Seafall on sale on clearance. So I am actually going to do something interesting. I'm going to try to con my board game group. One of them, the guys who actually like playing the heavier games with me, gravity is really strong right here today. The guys like to play the heavier games with me and see if they're willing to film a playthrough of Seafall, going through all the various playthroughs. If I can talk them into that, I'm going to go ahead and upload those videos because I think that'd actually be a lot better than just doing a video review of Seafall. I've never done any video reviews of any legacy games, including Pandemic Legacy, which I do own, and some of the other games. I know there's not a lot of them. But the reason I've never done it is because it's such a unique experience for every single player. Every time you play through it, technically, everybody's supposed to have a different experience based on your decisions, based on how you're playing the game, how you're interacting with the other players. So every time I've seen reviews for these, I've always kind of taken with a grain of salt because I've always said, okay, what was your experience? Was the game good because you had a great gaming experience with a whole bunch of friends and you had fun tearing open packages? Or did you have fun with the game because it was a really designed game? Or did you have a terrible time with the game because somebody was too distracted, somebody made a choice that you thought brought down the game or something like that? So I think that instead of just doing a generic review for a legacy style game, I thought it'd be a lot more fun to actually show you the gameplay so you can understand when I do the review for it, you can understand why I made those decisions and kind of access those points. And anyways, I thought that'd be a heck of a lot of fun to see a real review of a legacy game all the way at the end of the campaign versus just playing it once or twice and writing off or making my final decision on the game. So after we get through that, the next thing I want to do is I want to do a full series on Through the Ages. Now I do have the old version and I have the newest version. I do want a video series on the newest version because they did make some improvements, and I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time with that review going back and forth between the two of them because it's pointless now at this point. If you're going to buy Through the Ages, you're going to buy the new version, so that's what I'm going to do the review on. So it'll all be based on the newest version of Through the Ages. Now, these video reviews and series are going to be a little bit staggered. I know I get emails once in a while asking people, or people asking me why I don't put up more content on my channel. Well, the simple fact is it's really hard to put a lot of content out there. I could do these quick and dirty videos like I'm doing right now. It's probably going to take me 15 minutes to film, probably going to take me another hour maybe to edit, throw it all together, toss up on YouTube. And if you just want to see videos like this from me all the time, I could do probably about 3 of these a week without breaking a sweat. The problem is when I want to do the higher quality ones that I like to do because I like to put out a better video, I like the green screen behind me. It adds a little bit extra fun to the video. I don't like having ums and ahs and ums and pauses and stuff like that. And another thing I really hate is the jerky movement as somebody cuts out indirectly, all that stuff when they're trying to film their videos. When I see videos like that, it drives me absolutely crazy. That's why when I do my videos, it's a solid shot. You see me going from beginning to end without making a whole bunch of erratic cuts or anything like that. So it's a nice, clean video presentation. That's what I enjoy doing. Unfortunately, that takes hours versus minutes. My average video for one game is anywhere from 15 to 20 hours, including filming, including setup of everything, including the cameras, the proper lighting. I don't even know if I got the lighting right in here today. I literally just threw this all together to do this very, very quickly so you can see exactly what this looks like just to see what's going on with the channel. And I'm not going to or ah here, but I'm probably going to ramble just a little bit because, again, this is just something I'm throwing together very, very quickly. But the polar opposite is the videos I actually do enjoy doing take a lot of time. There's a lot of time for editing, lots of time for filming. It takes a lot of time to put this all together. So that's why I don't put out as much content as some other channel creators. Maybe you'll see a video series on one game once every other week. And that's my ultimate goal, is to get out that much content to you, but I really can't do more than that. And a little bit further looking on into the future of the channel, I am not a big fan of doing the Kickstarters or the backing of the projects for the Kickstarters, where you see a lot of the reviewers who will do these quick overviews and everything of these Kickstarter projects. But I do get contacted about Kickstarter projects once in a while from producers of these, and once in a while I will look at them. Now I'm going to preface it to say this right now, I don't charge for these. I'm not doing this to make money or anything like that. And I'm very choosy and I'm extremely selective when it comes to these Kickstarter projects. I get a lot of emails from them, and a lot of the times I turn them down and say, look, this isn't something that is going to be for me or for my gaming group, so I'm probably not going to do this. But once in a while, I do get some Kickstarter emails from projects that kind of look interesting. I mean, I got contacted about Battaglia, which turned out to be a fantastic game, and I'm really glad I got in that game because I really enjoy that game. And there's been some other games that I consider some really strong sleeper hits. There's another one, trying to go off of memory, it's called, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank here. Oh boy, this is kind of funny. It's a game about mining, and it's Rockwell. I think it's called Rockwell from Sit Down. I could quickly walk off camera and pick it up and get it behind my closed cabinet doors over here, but I'm not going to do that. I think it's Rockwell from Sit Down. Anyways, it's a fantastic game. But there have been some fantastic sleeper hits coming across the Kickstarter, games that I think did not get the attention they deserved, or even if they got some decent attention, I think they deserved a lot more attention. Some of those games are, some of the games I already mentioned. Finally, I am also going to do my top 51 games of all time. Why 51 and not 50? Well, because I'm going to kind of cheat on this top 50 or 51 games series, because I'm starting to notice as time goes on, board games are starting to cross the line into the RPG realm, and you're also starting to notice that RPGs are crossing the line into the board game realm. So one of those games on my top 51 list is an RPG, but it's one of those RPGs that I think crosses that line perfectly into the board game realm. I think it actually can be very fantastic for board gamers. And if you have a little bit of heartburn about that, that's why I'm doing 51 games. You can chop the one right off the list. It's in the 20s, so that tells you how high it is up on the list and how much I actually enjoy the game. But you can chop it off and consider that for the top 50 games and my personal favorites. So my idea is to upload 10 of those at a time. As the time goes on, I'm going to try to put up maybe one a week, try to put in between the videos for the other games I'm going to be putting out, which is going to be the Seafall, if I can talk my group into doing it, the Through the Ages, the finishing of the Elder Sign, and some other things. And I'm also going to be looking at some of the classic and some of the returns of some of the Games Workshop stuff that's been coming out, because I've been having a heck of a lot of fun with Games Workshop. Going to look at Armageddon as soon as I get it done, all painted up. And step to the side, we have almost everything available for Cthulhu Wars now. So again, if I con my group into doing it, we're going to film a video showing the maps from OS2, Onslaught 2, the new faction from Onslaught 2, and some of the stuff there, and we're going to try to play a game with that and get that posted for you there. I think that covers everything very quickly. Again, this is just a quick and dirty video covering everything that's be coming up on the channel in the future. Summers are always a little bit shaky. There's also going to be a time in August where you're not going to see any content from me at all. That's going to be the first 3 weeks of August. Life gets a little hectic, so if I do get anything out there, it'll be content I recorded in July to post in August. But that's just because I have a whole bunch of family comes to visit me every single year in August, and, well, I just don't have the time because I head out and do a lot of outdoor stuff. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, as always, leave them in the YouTube comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them as quickly as I can. You can also feel free to email me at offtheshelfboardgamereviews. That's otsbgr@gmail.com. You can also feel free to support the channel. Heck, all I'm asking is you just toss $1 in a tip jar over at Patreon. That's patreon.com/otsbgr. If you enjoy this channel, you enjoy this content, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.